You learn the secrets of the social media through the social universe, and in many cases, the secrets of the universe itself. And we began our show with Elaine, a DJ, who talked, as those of you who are just tuning in may have missed it, but those that are sticking with the show in this segment from the previous segment, were able to learn a lot about how your life and your social media interact. So I'm going to kind of give a little bit of a testimonial to what DJ and Elaine were talking about. A social media product that is almost, well, there's 500,000 users of it, so it's not massive, but it's a pretty good, I think 590,000 users, if I were to be exact, if you went on there. But it's a product called My Job Chart, and I think I may have mentioned it before. My Job Chart actually is a way for you to take a look at your priorities and to be take a look at your priorities, and at any time during the year, you actually don't have to wait for your New Year's resolutions to arrive. What you do is go to myjobchart.com, make a list of all those New Year's resolutions that you want to go through. A lot of people, their New Year's resolutions have to do with losing weight, because the average American gains about 3 pounds every holiday season. Very easy to see how that could happen. On my other show, the Ageless Living, we talk about what actually constitutes 1 pound of weight gain. And what constitutes 1 pound of weight gain is 3,500 calories above what you burn each day. And Americans during the holiday season, I'm surprised that Americans don't actually gain a lot more than 3 pounds on an average every holiday season, because 3,500 calories, I mean, let's take a look. A Big Mac is somewhere between 500 and 700 calories. I'm not being exact here, but somewhere in that range. So if all you did was eat, let's go on the low end, 7 Big Macs extra. So think about what 7 Big Macs is. I mean, that's probably the equivalent of Thanksgiving dinner. So if all you did during the holiday season is eat 1 Thanksgiving dinner at 3,500 calories above and beyond what you normally eat, you do the same thing with Halloween candy, another 3,500 calories there. You do the same thing on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve or whatever it is that you have the big family party. Those are 3 times that we gain almost exactly a pound each time. That's assuming that we don't eat anything else above and beyond what we normally eat during the rest of the year. And so for that reason, I mean, there's office candy, there's office Halloween candy, there's the pies and the pie baking contests and the cooking runoffs during the Thanksgiving season. There's all the football games that men tend to watch, and all the celebrations that go along with it. So and then there's all of the Christmas parties, the work parties that we just continue to eat straight for 3 months. I'm surprised it's not more than 3 pounds. So that's the reason why Americans tend to have their New Year's resolutions be all about weight. But there's also other areas of our life. There's spirituality in our lives. There's in other words, it's not just about the physical. There's the mental, social, and emotional sides of what we do. So a lot of what we should be doing throughout the year is not just what we do from the standpoint of our physical bodies, but we should be thinking about ourselves holistically in all the areas of our life. And that's not to mention, our family relationships, the husband-wife relationship, the father-child, wife-child, or mother-child role, your role at work. There's just so many goals that you can set. So my job chart becomes a container that throughout the year, every time you have a new thought or a new idea, then you put that in there. So one of the ideas that I put in there and solidified recently in my job chart is family home evening. On Monday night, we get together, and as my immediate family, sometimes with extended family, but mostly with immediate family. So my wife and my kids, and we spend time together. So last night, we actually went and had a fire in the backyard. We're in the Phoenix area, so it's not as fall. It's a little bit like other people's summers in many cases if you're in a different part of the country. But we roasted hot dogs and roasted marshmallows and actually, read a little bit. We had a lesson, with the family, on how to be manly men, because I have two boys, and so we talked about what constitutes a manly man. And part of what constitutes a manly man is the other aspects besides just physical strength. Now, of course, as a father, I definitely would love to have my boys be strong and manly men from the standpoint of physical strength. We talked about that, but then we also talked about the artistic side. We talked about developing out the spiritual side. We talked about developing out the mental side. And it was so funny. I absolutely loved this experience, that my son, when he was done with, we were done with this lesson on how to be a manly man, a manly man. He said, "Dad, I wish I had taken notes." So obviously very important to my 12-year-old son to become a manly man, and I said, "Hey, that's why you have parents here. We'll be reminding you what it means to be a manly man, and part of being a manly man is knowing how to treat other women, how to treat with respect other people, how to treat yourself with respect, how to develop yourself out and have good character. That's what makes a manly man, as opposed to the guttural, caveman aspects that some of us actually might associate with being a guttural manly man." So it was a great lesson. So I probably spent a little bit more time than I should, but it is a social media product where you get on there and you put in all the things that you want to do, and then you have a competition with yourself or your family members or whomever you want to have a competition with. So in other words, every time you mark off those things that you should be doing, whether it's exercise, whether it's the family home evenings, whether it's going to church, whether it's meditating 3 hours in the morning, whatever it is that you have decided that fits you and what you want to do, you set those goals, developing yourself out as a very holistically created person. What I mean by holistic is just looking at all the areas of your life to develop good character. And every time you check those off, it also gives points to you. Then it aggregates those points each night and throughout the day. So we actually have on our refrigerator how many points Dad has done, because Dad has to be a good dad. So I actually got some points last night for family home evening, and so those points went up on the refrigerator. Even though they're being aggregated online, it's just kind of a nice thing to be able to have that family experience where, I kid you not, if you have children of your own, try this. Because not only is it exciting to them, they get the reward, their synapses fire, and they release endorphins, which are the non-artificial, in other words, the natural morphine that's released inside the body. So every time you mark something off on your to-do list, you get a little shot of natural morphine into your body. That's when they talk about a natural high. That's what they're talking about. Later on this evening, I'm going to go run 7 miles in the mountains, and it's going to be absolutely wonderful. And the entire time that I'm running, even though my legs might be punishing me with a little bit of pain, and even though my heart may be pounding really hard, I actually wear a Garmin. That's something else I would love to suggest. They're not an endorsed product yet, but I would like to endorse them just because it's amazing. The Garmin GPS product, they actually allow a heart monitor strap to go around your chest, and it will actually tell you when you run. It'll keep a GPS track of how far you've run and what you've done, so you can go run straight in the mountains, go off the trails, or stay on the trails, but you don't have to stay on the street. And you can actually determine how, when you want to run in your favorite places, run up your favorite mountain, run your favorite trail, you don't have to rely on guesswork how far you've run. It actually tracks exactly how far you've run, number one. But number two, it tracks your heart rate during that time period, your average heart rate, your average speed of running. And if any of you have listened to my other show on Ageless Living, we actually brought on Orange Theory. Actually, no, we brought it on Social Universe. We brought Social Universe, interviewed Orange Theory. And so if you get into that 80% of what your target heart rate should be, that's when not only are you burning the most calories while you are working out, but it is also burning the most calories after you work out.